So what's the issue? What's the video? People are having a frustrating time with the elements of the game. People are complaining about kind of the same things. Right now there's a big server issue going on where some bad actors are directly DDoSing like all of the servers. I think it's been more or less fixed with like a patch or something, but I don't expect the patch to last forever, as whatever actors are attempting to DDoS the server are very persistent and successful. So I don't think that they will back down anytime soon for any reason. But barring that, the current issues that people see with the game, that people are telling me about their issues with the game, right, is that it mostly devolves into a state of either Cortex or Scum. And like, yes, right? Yes, it does do that. It does devolve into Cortex or Scum, but that's sort of that is baked into the design of the game. That's baked into the nature of each fate and their perks and you know, disadvantages. And I was saying this before I started the recording, but basically the Scum role is an asshole role. If you decide to be a Scum, like, you're deciding to be an asshole. You're deciding to spoil other people's like casual gameplay experience. And you can talk about like the moral implications or like the, you know, ethical implications of doing something like that, but make no mistake, the asshole roles, the asshole fates are baked into the game. They are features of this game. They're not like antagonists to the meta. They are antagonists that are literally designed from the game developer's perspective to be antagonists. The wipe mechanisms are there deliberately. The way that a server is reduced back to zero, the way that you lose your amnesites and your credits, is designed. It's baked into the game. It's not some accident. It's like 1 hour 1 life, where the apocalypse event is a part of the game. Right, yeah. The 1 hour 1 life apocalypse events are baked into the game. The rot events are baked into this game. They are a part of what the game designers see as the loop of this game, the greater loop, not like necessarily just individual job loops, but the greater loop that everyone is either working for or against. And you kind of wear that badge on your chest with, you know, blue or green. You know, you kind of elect to participate in the rot, or you go back to your, you know, what I'm doing, your silent grinding. And those people that are pursuing the apocalypse event in 1 hour, those people that are pursuing the rot in this game, they're not spoiling in the same sense that somebody stealing from you at Metalworks is spoiling. They're not spoiling in the same sense that somebody causing you like harm, like causing you to, like, so somebody raiding you in Rust is doing more harm to you than the Scum are harming you as just functioning parts of the game. They had to earn those amnesites, you understand? They had to do stuff as a prole. They had to participate in the game like a good boy and do stuff that gives them positive amnesites, or leech off of other people, I guess. But they had to participate in this game somehow in a positive way before they were rewarded with the ability to go and be doing negative things. Right? That's what the whole amnesite system is designed around, is either rewarding good behavior or punishing bad behavior. And when you lose an amnesite, there's a reason, right? When you lose an amnesite at Fishery, or the Ration Factory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. When you lose an amnesite at Ration Factory, you understand that that's to disincentivize you from fucking the minigame up. That's to disincentivize other people from spoiling your minigame. Spoiling, in this sense, would be the same sense as raiding you in Rust, would just be directly causing you harm to gain an advantage. Or I guess in the case of the Fishery, it would be to no advantage other than just like seeing you, like, you know, sadistic, I'm hurting you kind of vibe. You know, it's an advantage to some people. And I'm again, this is not to disparage the, you want to see a little glitch here? I'll do it when I run out of stamina. This is not to disparage the Scum behavior within the game, right? I'm trying to explain away, like, that's why the Scum get amnesites for breaking shit. That's why the Scum get amnesites. This is the glitch right here. Full stamina. You are vulnerable while you're doing that, though. Your body's just standing there. The amnesite system, amnesite, whatever, system, is there to incentivize you to play the game the way the devs, the Velosa wants you to play them, you know, in whatever role you decide to, whatever fate you decide to be in. The amnesite system is there to sort of curate your, or not curate, well, yeah, curate, to sort of like, you know, garden and what's the word I'm looking for? It's just to manage your behavior without directly having to be an admin, right? Because Velocit can't possibly manage, no matter how big they get, can't possibly manage all their servers everywhere all at once. You know, it's not a job that they can do. And that's why the amnesite system is there, is so it can exist to monitor your behavior and to, did I miscount? Okay, anyway, I'm meandering and rambling, right? So, people are having an issue with, like, scum joining the server and just, you know, spoiling everyone's fun, or maybe, like, a Cortex manipulating their power. This is a very... I don't find Cortex to always, like, directly be the antagonists. I do tend to avoid them, but that's just because fuck cops. And then, like, you know, birds of a feather flock together. Those blue fucks are always cop-coded. And when that happens, that's also part of the game loop. When there's only cops, or when there's only scum, or when it's just a very tumultuous server with, like, a bunch of cops or a bunch of scum, like both. And it's just kind of, you know, it's disruptive, and you're new, and it's maybe a little bit too much exposure for somebody. It's like getting caught in the middle of a rust firefight, and you're like 2-hour Andy, you know. These mechanisms are in the game to incentivize the dynamic of that loop of, like, 10 zealots spawning in, right? Like, let's bring you through a scenario, right? That I'm sure you've all encountered before. You know, the server's just kind of overrun by scum. Nobody can make amnesites to, like, become a controller. Or, you know, nobody can get into the underground to make guns because it's just, the vault's just held so well. You know, they got, like, a lot of people communicating. And so you're like, okay, well, shit is just impossible now. I have to wait for them to consecrate me, and then I have to be an asshole, or like, I have to, you know, I have to just kind of grind laundry quietly and die between loads. Right? And so the system is there to incentivize you to just play with the scum. Play with the scum, go be, you know, cause a little mischief, maybe... lose some scruples about what spoiling is, lose some scruples about how you should play this game, because I had to do that myself when I first began to play this. I ended up getting killed a lot as a prol, and I'd get very angry. I'm like, what? I had a whole bunch of stuff, and now I can't get my stuff back. You turned me into a skeleton. I can't find my body. This city's confusing, and I can't find my way around. Oh, I'm in wartime. Oh, how do I get back to the fishing docks? Like, it's a deliberately confusing and anxiety-inducing place. That's what drew me to this place. People compare this game to Garry's Mod a lot, and it is an immersive sim. You know, that's what this game was being designed around, was that element of Garry's Mod that gives you this sense that you're baked into a community, no matter what role you're taking. But there's always the ability to defy the authority, right? Ooh, a prol gets a gun, suddenly a controller is looking a little less intimidating with their little shitty pea shooter. It's these systems of either being an asshole or a good boy. You know, you can be a blue asshole or a green good boy. I've been killed by fucking liquidators before. Like, I've been killed by random prols just with a hammer, you know, or a pipe. Like, there's no... you can't control what other people are going to do. You can't... That's the whole point of playing on a 60-pop server. You're not going to... You guys are here for the other people. Regardless of whether you're a sadistic Cortex limitator that's just, you know, killing proles that spawn because they find it funny, and then you're going to log off for the night and everything. You know, you're doing that for the other people. Even if you're a sadist. Even if you're a you know, a S&M freak looking to kill a bunch of people against their will, like, you are still dependent upon those people. You are dependent upon those people's experience in your game being negative, or in the, you know, the game being negative. Regardless of how social or antisocial your behavior, you are dependent upon that social breeding ground, that social environment. So there's a limit to how much this game will allow you to be toxic. There's a limit to this game's ability for you to express your toxicity. You need a group to really effectively spread whatever message you're spreading, and if that message is toxic, there will be another group that comes and usurps you at some point. And you just have to live in the chaos until then, or switch servers. Even with the server attacks, and I know, they're bothering me too. These server attacks are very fucking irritating. But this is a small company launching a very new game that they're unfamiliar with. I mean, not necessarily that they're unfamiliar with like online games and everything, but they're not fucking Wildcard coming out here or sort of server-based persistent game company that's like, Rust, Face Punch coming out here making it like another clone of their game. This is like a new experience. Give them some room to kind of learn how to fight against these things, because believe you me, I've been kicked off of Rust for DDoS. There's been a shit ton of different servers. I've been kicked off of very big games for fucking direct DDoSes. Alright, I'm beginning to meander again. I bet editing drift is very irritated at me. These problems that I see other people having, right? I resonate with them. I hear them. Because I felt that way at some point. Especially like when I see them in my comments and I'm like, I feel that way. I've completely felt that exact thing before. I've completely felt like their pain, and I know what they're going through right now. I know that they're feeling irritated right now, like I did. And I don't like that. I don't want you guys to feel bad. But that feeling is part of this game's experience. It's sort of like when you woke up on the beach in Rust, did another naked not just smash your head in with a rock? The naked probably benefited what? The bones? the one fat? It's the point was not to come up. The point was not to gain anything. The point was to smash your head in with a rock because you sat there and took it. And they gained like some sadistic schadenfreude of seeing your head getting caved in. Or whatever their shit is, People are stupid, and you just have to allow people to be stupid if you want to have any fun in this game. Because believe me, it's a lot more fun than everybody doing their fucking jobs. Like, imagine if there was just an even balance of like some, class system where there was 60 out of 60 players online, and like, there were 10 proles, 10 healers, 10 liquidators, all the roles were filled, and like maybe there was like one banker and all those specialist roles. That would be boring as shit. That would be very boring and not competitive at all. The Cortex occasionally dealing with the zealots. Like that would be boring as shit. You want this dynamic, always changing environment. I mean, I can't even put it into words. It's just like such a social dynamic that's been chased after by like 20 companies, by like Altus RP, Hypixel RP on Minecraft. Like any kind of network-based server, or a server-based persistent online world that you share with other players, that you're basically just acting like VR chat in. It's just this like a VR chat you're able to be like a survival craft as well. That's what this was trying to achieve. This thing that has existed as sort of mods and half-baked Arma 3 clone, Gary's mod ass, nothing focused like this. Nothing like Aneurism 4 has existed. I forgive me if I'm missing some niche, game that you all play, but this is like something very, very needed. This gas, the fucking workbench I'm trying to put this gas into has been empty for fucking decades. Literally since persistent online servers have existed, this immersive sim, like, atmosphere has been requested in the zeitgeist of gaming. Aneurism 4 is the missing link in like a long chain of half-baked mods and like the Lazarus project on Rust. It's just these like cobbled together things that exist as other thing, like another product entirely's mod, like it exists as a child of another parent. And this Aneurism 4 is just pure. It's just its own. This is it. This is what you were looking for in all those game mods. This is what you were looking for, was this immersive sim. It establishes the genre. I will stake my fucking foot down with that. And because this game has sprouted out of the ashes of so many fallen projects and become such a beautiful, like, I can't explain to you how much I have become addicted to this fucking game. I don't understand what specifically I like. I love every single thing about it. I don't even think I have any like direct criticisms other than please, 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 for the love of God, drag out those DDoSers into the street, put a gun to the back of their head, and pull. I don't even play the official servers, and I'm stressing constantly, thinking that everything's gonna die, like this entire city is gonna burn. The rot is consuming more than just Aneurism 4, but the whole game. Give this game a chance. Give this game its legs. Understand that the developers are not the ones in the bodies of those limitators that kill you for no reason. The developers are not the ones in the bodies of those scum stabbing you in the dark. They are the ones designing this game board, right? Designing all of the rules, designing all of the pieces and the items, and they are the ones setting the stage for all that to take place. You're getting to see that thing that I was trying to explain with all those different modded projects like Lazarus and Altus RP and Hypixel. You're getting to see this breathed into life within this city, within an Aneurism 4. So don't take that for granted. Absorb this project as much as you can right now, and just accept that some people are going to be spoiler douchebags. It's a part of experiencing life. There are spoiler douchebags in the real world. Life is not fair, and this game expresses that in a very egalitarian way. There are no bourgeoisie here. Those limitators that are being cunts, they spent hours grinding amnesites. It's not easy. It's not an easy task to get 20. It might be easy in a group. It might be easy farming with your boys, but a solo sadistic limitator with the full kit, with 50 amnesites waiting for wipe, you know, trying to just kill any prole he can to get some kind of gratification. That guy has spent hours grinding and doing the thing that you're now doing. Even if he doesn't want to admit it, even if he acts like an asshole, those people are participating in the system. There are no bourgeoisie here. We are all proletariats. They started just where you did in your shoes. They might have had some advantages that you don't, as we all do, but we are all proletariat here, and we begin this way every wipe. Don't get discouraged if you're in the server during a rot. Don't get discouraged if you can't get anything done. Embrace it as a part of the game, and instead of, you know, getting mad about the whatever you were trying to do, trying to get into a liquidator body or trying to get into a dock body, don't get mad when that gets spoiled. Don't get fed up with the game because that gets spoiled. Just go like, oh, what a douchebag. That was a douchebag. That, you know, Prol 116 is a douchebag. I'm not gonna fuck with that guy no more. Fuck that guy. They'll keep their number the whole wipe. You know, you might, have to rememorize the dude next wipe, but that's the whole point of the citizen ID system. Give this game a chance. Give people a chance. Give the idea of role-playing. I know a lot of people that have a misconception over what role-playing is on these kind of immersive sim games. You think it's, oh, you have to be nice. Oh, you have to be a good person. You have to be the type of role player I want. And it's not just a free-form expression of socializing. You have to be open to role-playing, and everybody role-plays differently. You have to be open to those experiences. Give this game a chance. Give people a chance. There's a dense esotery to this game. This is not just a superficial. The depth of the esotery is not super well defined, and it is so crisp. Do not take that for granted in this game. It is so crisp in Aneurism. Everything is so delicately balanced. Everything is so intentionally designed towards you having fun and being rewarded and encouraged for experimenting different fates. It might seem intimidating to you to grind 3 to 6 amnesites out, 3 to 6 to 8 amnesites out, whatever you're trying to do. It might seem intimidating to you to lag out in laundry and wait these moments in between to try and get your AMs. But I promise you, man, it becomes easier. Once you drop into a different fate and you're not being a pro, it becomes easier. You just have to be willing to risk. It's like going out with a kit in Rust. You have to be willing to risk a little bit in order to advantage yourself. You just have to be willing to put that shit that you've been working for up on, like, if you're worried about your liquidator body getting killed, if you're worried about your fate getting killed, just be more vigilant. Use every death as an opportunity to learn, like, okay, I need to watch my corners a little bit better. I need to listen to conversations better. I need to be a little bit more present in the game. I can't be listening to a fucking podcast, or I can't be listening to the VC while I'm fucking, in the middle of like a firefight. I need to bind my push to mute. I need to bind my toggle def in and all that crap. I need to be a little bit more professional about, or not professional necessarily, just like engage with the game a little bit more wholly, so that I can get the most out of it, the most of my experience. I'm not trying to dictate anyone's role play like method or like expression, right? You do what you want in the game. You want to be a spoiler. You want to steal from Metalworks. You want to like kill people randomly, and you want to be a slave and just work off those negative amnesites. Do your thing, right? But understand, you will, no matter how you're playing this game, embracing the social aspects of it and being less antisocial. I know that's a double negative, but being more social and less antisocial will behoove your game experience. It will benefit you. It will make your entire experience better, I say, on a completely dead server. Listen, your stuff is not important. Your kit, your money, nothing, none of that's all just temporary. The rot consumes, brother. The rot will consume at some point. That limitator with 50 amps and the workshop, he's done for. His days are numbered. There's a limit to his own fucking life. Enjoy these precious moments during this game's height. This might be the highest pop that we ever see on this game. It might run the way of 1 hour, 1 life, where the fan base just continues to decline until we teeter into the dozens, right? We don't want that. This is already a small enough, like, weird little indie game. We need more people coming in. Don't let yourself get discouraged because you had a negative experience. All right, enough. That was way too much ranting. I think the point has been made. Just give this game a chance. Give the issues that you have with it a chance. And I promise you will find a rewarding experience outside of the Prol Fate. The Prol Fate is designed to be hard. It's an expression of capital. It doesn't matter, right? The Prol is designed to be hard. Get out of the Prol Fate, grind 3 AMs, go be another Fate, and have some fun, okay? Even if it's at the expense of someone else, okay? And give this game a chance. Give Aneurism 4 a chance. Glory to Aneurism 4. Stop the DDoSing. Destroy them, kill them, drag them out into the street. Burn them, burn the heretics. One last thing that I want to talk about, and I'll even throw in a little bonus thing like Chroma. I'll show you another glitch. Show you how to get a free suspicious meat if you're on like a dead server, or you otherwise have the docs kind of all to yourself. If you want to just kill yourself without spending any money, like on a Suisoda, you come over here to this little, well, you can go over here or at any point of the crossing. So let me explain this real quick, right? I'm gonna kill myself on the blades, but when you die, your body T-poses, and your arms will get shot out to either side. So as long as you're looking perpendicular, or whatever, parallel, okay, your body's going to be perpendicular, but as long as you're looking parallel to these stairs, right, and you enter these spikes, I'm trying to crouch just so that I'm moving slower to be as close to the back as possible. As soon as you enter this, your body will T-pose, it hits the blades, it T-poses, and your arm gets caught here. And I'll show you how to get the meat out. Okay, so here is the corpse, and you just pull it out. There you go. You get a free BS meat, and if you're a liquidator, you get a free corpse to go throw in the incinerator. I really appreciate the views. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and give this game a chance. Later.